Force yourself to take action. Motivational speech. Stoicism. In today's fast-paced world, taking action is the only way to break free from the cycle of procrastination and achieve your goals. We all face moments of hesitation where the weight of tasks seems too heavy, and the motivation to begin is nowhere to be found. The truth is, waiting for the perfect moment or for inspiration to strike is a trap many of us fall into. But the Stoic mindset teaches us that action is the key to unlocking success and personal growth. Modern Stoicism offers powerful tools to push through moments of inertia and take charge of our destiny. By embracing self-discipline, focusing on what we can control, and taking responsibility for our actions, we can cultivate the strength to move forward. In this video from Stoic in Your Life, we'll uncover the Stoic secrets to forcing yourself to take action, showing how ancient wisdom can be applied to conquer procrastination in the modern world. Get ready to learn practical strategies that will propel you toward your goals no matter how big or small. 10 lessons to force yourself to take action. Number 1. Power of will and action. You've probably had that moment when your mind is overflowing with ideas, plans, and ambitions, but despite it all, you can't seem to get started. You keep telling yourself, tomorrow will be better, I'll start then. But the days slip by and nothing changes. Why does this happen? Why do we wait for that perfect moment to act when we already know time is slipping away? You see, the power of will and action is the cornerstone of any form of success. Without action, no matter how brilliant your ideas or carefully crafted plans may be, they remain just that, plans. You can think all you want about your goals, but until you take that first step, nothing shifts. I've come to realize that action is not merely moving from one place to another. It's a purposeful decision, an internal commitment to push yourself forward, even when it feels uncomfortable. When you take deliberate action, you are actively shaping the direction your life will take, and that is where the real power lies. In Stoicism, we are reminded that our true strength comes from within ourselves, not in the external world or circumstances, but in our ability to control our thoughts and actions. The Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." It's easy to fall into the trap of procrastination, especially when challenges or setbacks arise. In those moments, that inner voice of doubt whispers, "Wait for a better time, wait for motivation to strike." But let me ask you, what happens when you keep waiting? You delay your progress, you build walls around yourself, and eventually those walls grow higher and harder to break through. Every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," you're just postponing your growth, and it will only get more difficult the longer you wait. This is where Stoicism gives us a vital lesson. Action does not depend on waiting for the perfect moment. No, it's about taking action now, regardless of how you feel. Even the smallest action, the tiniest step forward, starts a chain of momentum. Imagine someone who wants to get fit. For months, they've put off exercise, thinking that one day they'll be motivated enough to hit the gym. But after endless delays, they decide to start small, just 15 minutes of walking every day. It seems insignificant at first, right? But over time, those 15 minutes add up, and eventually, they develop a regular habit. They're no longer waiting for some magical motivation to appear. Instead, they've built momentum, and momentum, as the Stoics would say, is a powerful force. The key takeaway here is simple. Success isn't about waiting for the right moment. It's about making progress in the moment. Every small action matters. Every step you take, no matter how small, is part of a larger whole. It's building your future, shaping your character, and moving closer to your goals. In modern Stoicism, this principle of consistent action is central. The Stoics didn't wait for the world to align with their desires. They acted. They took responsibility for their choices, no matter how hard or inconvenient those choices may have been. Think about it. What can you do today, right now, to push yourself closer to your goals? What small action can you take that will build momentum? It doesn't have to be perfect, just start. Every day you delay is another day that slips away, but every day you act, you're shaping the person you want to become. Ask yourself, what's more important? The comfort of waiting or the growth that comes from action? Number 2. Self-discipline. Self-discipline stands as the cornerstone of personal growth, a quality that will shape the course of your life if you choose to nurture it. Life is filled with distractions and challenges, all of which can easily pull us off track. Many people fall into the trap of waiting for motivation to strike or expecting success to come effortlessly, but true success is built on the foundation of disciplined action. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." This idea speaks directly to the importance of self-discipline. It's about taking control of your actions and focusing on what you can change, no matter the external circumstances. Self-discipline is more than just the ability to resist temptation or avoid distractions. It is the ability to remain committed to the long-term process, consistently making choices that propel you toward your goals, even when motivation wanes. Think of it like this. Success is not an overnight phenomenon, but rather a series of small, deliberate actions that add up over time. Angela Duckworth, in her book Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance, gives a powerful example of this principle. She shares how, despite not being the top student in her class, she set aside just 30 minutes each day to study. This simple, consistent action over time helped her develop the academic success she sought. The key takeaway here is that self-discipline isn't about an occasional burst of willpower. It's about cultivating daily habits that consistently move you forward, regardless of how you feel in the moment. The Stoics knew this well. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, often reminded himself to focus on what is within his control, rather than succumbing to external distractions. He would advise you to take the same approach in your own life. Take small, disciplined actions every day, even when the path isn't easy or when you don't feel like it. This will make the difference between reaching your goals and staying stuck in a cycle of procrastination. Whether it's getting up early to start your day, working on a skill even when you don't feel like it, or passing on immediate pleasures. For the sake of long-term health or success, every choice you make adds up. Small decisions become habits, and habits, over time, shape your destiny. In a world full of temptations, distractions, and shortcuts, self-discipline is the antidote. It gives you the strength to endure discomfort in the short term, knowing that your persistence will lead to lasting rewards. This is the secret behind great achievements and the key to your own personal growth. Remember, discipline is not just about restraint. It's about aligning your actions with your long-term goals and refusing to let fleeting distractions divert you from your purpose. By adopting the Stoic secrets of patience and perseverance, you will transform your life and move steadily toward the success you desire. Through self-discipline, you take the reins of your future and shape it into the life you envision. Number 3. Good habits build success. Success is often perceived as something that happens suddenly, but in reality, it is the result of small, intentional actions taken each day. Our habits are the quiet architects of our future, shaping both who we are and the life we lead. These are not just automatic actions. They reflect our values, intentions, and worldview. Through the lens of modern Stoicism, we recognize that character is built gradually through consistent, deliberate efforts. Every choice we make, from how we spend our time to what we eat and how we interact with others, creates a pattern that defines who we become. As Epictetus said, "We are what we repeatedly do." The importance of cultivating good habits cannot be overstated, for they serve as the foundation on which we can achieve our goals. offering structure and direction instead of relying on fleeting motivation. In today's fast-paced world, distractions are endless, and building habits that align with our core values and long-term goals is essential for personal growth. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and responses. By incorporating small beneficial habits into our daily routine, such as waking up early to exercise, reading, or meditating, we start to build a strong foundation for success. Take Jocko Willink, a former Navy SEAL who wakes up at 3:30 every morning to work out. While this routine may seem extreme, it symbolizes his commitment to discipline and self-control. He has not achieved success through rare bursts of motivation, but through consistent, disciplined action, even in the face of difficulty. As he puts it, discipline equals freedom, meaning that his disciplined routine gives him the freedom to control his day and pursue his goals with clarity. Success does not stem from exceptional talent or luck. Instead, it is the result of small, consistent actions over time. Habits compound, and while the rewards may not be immediately obvious, consistency over time yields results. The true challenge is not the task itself, but the internal resistance to continue day after day even when progress feels slow. We often get discouraged when results don't come fast enough, but it's the small daily choices we make that build the foundation for our future success. In our modern lives, distractions, from social media to entertainment to the constant flood of information, can easily pull us away from our true goals. To achieve anything meaningful, we must practice self-discipline and create habits that align with our values and long-term vision. Modern Stoicism calls on us to look beyond momentary pleasures and distractions and focus on what is truly important for the future. By consciously choosing actions that support our goals, we ensure that we are building a life that reflects our deepest values and ambitions. Consistency is the key. It's not about perfection or dramatic change all at once, but about showing up each day, choosing what aligns with your purpose, and sticking with it. This mindset helps us build a life of meaning, one where success is rooted in consistent, intentional actions, just as the Stoics taught. The small disciplined habits you build today will compound over time, leading you to a future shaped by your efforts and growth. Success isn't reserved for the exceptionally talented or the lucky. It's for those who commit to consistent effort and embrace the power of good habits. Number 4. Overcoming procrastination and laziness. There's a powerful secret hidden in the Stoic way of life, and that secret is action. We all face the same struggle at one point or another: procrastination. It creeps in when the task ahead feels overwhelming or when we're unsure of where to begin. It's easy to put things off just a little longer, until that perfect moment arrives. But that moment rarely comes, does it? The reality is, the more we delay, the harder the task becomes. The burden of procrastination weighs on us, growing heavier each day. Think about this. What if you could break that cycle? What if you could conquer that resistance, no matter how strong it feels? In Stoicism, there's a lesson that can change the way you see this. The key to overcoming procrastination isn't in waiting for the perfect time to start. It's in taking immediate action, no matter how small. The Stoic approach teaches us that fear and uncertainty are what keep us stuck. When we allow ourselves to be paralyzed by doubt, we end up avoiding the very thing that could lead us to progress. You see, procrastination thrives on fear. Fear that we're not ready, fear that we'll fail, fear that we'll make mistakes. But every moment we spend waiting only fuels that fear. Imagine you want to write a book. The thought of completing an entire manuscript might be daunting. But what if, instead of thinking about the whole thing, you focused on writing just 500 words today? Small, manageable actions like this accumulate over time, and before you know it, that book is written. This isn't about being productive for the sake of productivity. It's about overcoming resistance, about pushing through the discomfort of uncertainty, and taking the first step. It's a principle embedded in Stoic philosophy: take action. Even when the task ahead feels impossible, Start small and let the momentum build. Here's a modern example. Think about how every major success, from building a successful career to transforming your health, begins with the decision to act, even when it's uncomfortable. Look at people like Elon Musk, who didn't wait for everything to be perfect to launch his companies. Instead, he took the first step, one small decision at a time. And that's how you should approach your challenges as well. Think of something you've been putting off, something you've been avoiding due to fear or uncertainty. Now imagine breaking that task down into a tiny first step. It could be as simple as sending one email or writing a single paragraph. By taking that first step, you'll be able to see that the task is not as impossible as you once thought. And the more steps you take, the less daunting it becomes. The Stoic secrets here are simple. Don't wait for the perfect moment to begin because it might never come. Start now, even if the task seems too big. Each step you take is progress, no matter how small. It's a journey, not a sprint. So when procrastination strikes, remember that action, no matter how small, is the antidote. Each time you resist the urge to delay and take action, you break free from the chains of procrastination. Keep taking steps, and soon you'll find yourself moving forward with purpose and confidence. Ask yourself, what's the smallest step I can take today to move closer to my goal? That's the real secret. Small, consistent actions lead to great achievements. So what will you choose to do now? You've made it this far because you're dedicated to living with wisdom and purpose. Now, let's take action together. If you're ready to break free from procrastination and make progress, leave a comment below with the slogan, "Take action, no matter how small." Share the first step you'll take today to move closer to your goal, no matter how small it seems. Stay tuned, more powerful lessons are coming your way. Number 5. Face your fears. You've probably noticed how fear holds you back from taking action. It's a silent force that keeps you stuck, isn't it? Whether it's fear of failure, fear of rejection, or simply the fear of the unknown, these emotions can paralyze us, keeping us from moving forward. I'm sure you've felt this in your own life, haven't you? Maybe you've put off a project, hesitated to speak your truth, or even shied away from pursuing your dreams because of fear. But here's the truth. Fear is not something to avoid. It's something you must face head-on. This is where the teachings of Stoicism really shine. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, knew that fear is natural. Everyone experiences it. But they didn't let fear dictate their lives. Instead, they embraced it. They recognized that by confronting our fears directly, we become stronger and more resilient. It's not easy, I won't lie to you. It takes courage, and sometimes it requires a brutal level of honesty with ourselves. But here's the thing. When you break your fears down into smaller, more manageable steps, they lose their grip on you. Let me ask you, what's one fear that has been holding you back? Maybe it's the fear of speaking in public, or perhaps it's the fear of rejection from others. If you take that fear, and instead of trying to eliminate it, you break it down into smaller, achievable goals, you'll start to see a shift. For instance, if public speaking terrifies you, maybe start by speaking to a small group of friends or family. From there, you can gradually work your way up to larger audiences. Small steps, incremental progress. And with each step, you build confidence. You begin to realize that fear doesn't control you. It's just an obstacle to move through. I want you to think about J.K. Rowling. Her journey to success wasn't a smooth path. She faced rejection after rejection from publishers. Imagine how discouraging that must have been, yet she kept going. She faced those rejections head-on, and with each no, she grew stronger. And you know what? She didn't just become successful because of her talent. No, it was her persistence, her refusal to let fear and rejection define her that paved the way. If she had let fear win, we would never have had the magic of Harry Potter. This is what modern Stoicism teaches us. Our obstacles, no matter how big or small, are not here to defeat us. They are here to help us grow. Just like every challenge we face, every fear we confront offers us an opportunity to evolve. So what fear is standing in your way today? What can you do right now to begin breaking it down and facing it head-on? Understand this. Facing fear isn't just about big dramatic victories. It's about taking those small, courageous steps forward. It's about turning what once seemed like an immovable wall into something you can climb over. Fear doesn't have to be the enemy. In fact, it's often the very thing that can make you stronger, more capable, and more resilient in the long run. In modern Stoicism, we learn to view these obstacles as opportunities for growth. We start to see fear not as something to avoid, but as something to engage with, to learn from, and to move through. When you adopt this mindset, you unlock your potential, and that's where real progress begins. Number 6. Importance of goals. In life, the importance of having clear and meaningful goals cannot be overstated. Without them, we risk becoming lost in the sea of distractions, uncertainty, and endless tasks. Our actions, without direction, become aimless, leaving us feeling overwhelmed and unproductive. But when we set clear, specific goals, we create a roadmap for our lives, one that directs our every step with purpose and intention. The Stoic secrets of success lie not just in external achievements, but in having internal clarity about what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, wisely said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This is the essence of setting goals. When we know what we want to achieve, it becomes easier to eliminate distractions, prioritize, and take action. Let's say you decide that you want to improve your health. Rather than vague resolutions like getting fit, you set a clear goal, walking 30 minutes every day. This is something specific, something measurable, and crucially, it is something achievable. Now, every day that you walk those 30 minutes, you're not just improving your physical health, but you're also strengthening your discipline. Small, consistent actions, when compounded over time, lead to profound changes. And that's where the power of goal setting truly lies. It forces you to break down a bigger picture into manageable steps. Without clear goals, we often find ourselves chasing a dozen different things, none of which truly satisfy us. With goals, however, even the hardest tasks become easier to tackle because you have a specific destination in mind. It's much like a sailor navigating the vast ocean. Without a compass, you're left at the mercy of the waves, but with one, you know exactly where you're headed. Goals provide that compass. Furthermore, the Stoic practice of setting goals not only helps us to direct our energy, but it also teaches us the value of discipline and persistence. It's easy to start something new, but to continue, to stay committed, that's where the true challenge lies. By setting goals, we make a conscious decision to push through obstacles, doubts, and setbacks. The path may not always be easy, but it's the pursuit itself that cultivates resilience and mental fortitude. This is why the Stoics emphasized that external circumstances should not define our happiness or success. Seneca, another Stoic sage, once said, "No man was ever wise by chance." Wisdom, like any other virtue, comes through deliberate effort, focused intention, and continuous action. This same mindset applies to the goals we set for ourselves. If we are intentional and consistent, even the hardest paths become more manageable, and every challenge we face becomes an opportunity for growth. Remember, it is not the outcome that matters most, but the effort we invest each day. By committing ourselves fully to our goals, we not only achieve them, but also become stronger, wiser, and more resilient in the process. When you take the time to think about the goals you want to pursue, ask yourself, what is truly important to me? What legacy do I wish to create? It's in answering these questions that we gain the clarity needed to make purposeful choices. These are the moments when we tap into the Stoic secrets that allow us to steer through life's chaos with calm and confidence. Life doesn't always go according to plan, but if you have a clear goal, it's easier to find your way back when you get off course. Even when distractions come, or when things feel too hard, the goal acts as your anchor. It helps you remember why you started in the first place, motivating you to push forward even when the going gets tough. Ultimately, goals are not just about the destination. They are about the discipline we cultivate through the journey. It's this discipline, grounded in the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy, that empowers us to become the best versions of ourselves, regardless of the obstacles in our way. So, embrace the power of goals and let them guide your actions. Be clear, be deliberate, and let each small step you take lead you toward a life of purpose and fulfillment. Number 7. Impact of environment and positive thinking. The environment we create around ourselves plays a crucial role in our ability to take action. As the saying goes, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, highlighting the significant impact our surroundings, both social and physical, have on our motivation. A positive, supportive environment can ignite our desire to take action and keep us moving forward. In contrast, a negative or toxic environment can drain our energy and make progress feel impossible. The Stoics understood this well and taught us to focus on what we can control, and one of the most powerful things we can control is our environment. By surrounding ourselves with people who share our values and aspirations, we create a support system that drives us to take consistent action. Take, for example, someone pursuing a fitness goal. Joining a gym or a running club provides accountability and motivation, pushing them toward success. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, famously said, "A friend is a second self." This speaks to the importance of having people around us who encourage our growth and support our ambitions. When we're surrounded by those who criticize or distract us, it becomes much harder to stay focused on our goals. But the environment isn't just about the people around us. It also involves our internal mindset. The Stoics emphasize the importance of focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. This extends to our thoughts and attitudes. By choosing to cultivate a positive mindset, we begin to see obstacles as opportunities for growth rather than roadblocks. A positive mindset doesn't ignore challenges. It's about approaching them with resilience and hope, recognizing that every difficulty is a chance to learn. Modern Stoicism teaches us to remain mentally disciplined and resilient, making these traits the foundation of a fulfilling life. When we view challenges as part of our journey, we shift the dynamic of our internal environment and allow ourselves to grow stronger with each hurdle we overcome. Positive thinking works best when it's paired with deliberate action. It's not enough to hope that things will improve. We must actively shape our environment, both externally and internally, to foster growth. By surrounding ourselves with people who inspire us and training our minds to focus on opportunities, we create an ideal environment for success. This positive feedback loop, where a supportive environment fuels motivation, which leads to action, and that action reinforces positivity, becomes a powerful force for progress. In today's world, where distractions and negativity are ever present, it's more important than ever to consciously shape the environments we inhabit. We have the power to choose the people we associate with, the spaces we occupy, and the bold thoughts we entertain. Modern Stoicism teaches us to take full control of our environment and mindset to ensure we're aligned with our values and goals. When we master these elements, we create a solid foundation for lasting success and resilience. So, as you move forward, remember that your environment, both internal and external, reflects your ability to shape your destiny. Cultivate a positive, supportive space around you and inside you, and watch how it propels you to take action toward achieving your goals. Number 8. Challenges and growth. Life is full of obstacles, and if you're anything like most people, you might find yourself trying to avoid them. But here's a truth that might change your perspective. Those very obstacles, the ones that feel uncomfortable or intimidating, are the keys to your growth. The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, understood this deeply They didn't see challenges as something to fear or shy away from. They saw them as opportunities to become better versions of themselves. And that's the powerful lesson I want to share with you today. Challenges are not roadblocks. They're stepping stones. Every obstacle you face, whether it's a difficult project at work, a personal setback, or a moment when you feel like giving up, is a chance to sharpen your skills, build your resilience, and grow stronger. Think about it. When you step outside your comfort zone, you're not just surviving, you're evolving. Picture this. Imagine you're tackling a project that seems overwhelming at first. The weight of it makes you hesitate. But you push through, you take action, and by the end, you not only finish the task, but you've learned something new about yourself, your abilities, and the way you approach challenges. That's growth. The more challenges you face, the more adaptable you become. You start to see them for what they truly are. Opportunities to stretch your limits, expand your capabilities, and, ultimately, achieve success. It's through these tough moments that you learn not just to overcome the difficulties, but to master them. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to rise to the occasion when things get tough? It's not because they're immune to fear or doubt, but because they embrace challenges. They don't let obstacles paralyze them. They see them as invitations to grow, to improve, and to transform. By adopting this mindset, you'll start to notice that challenges no longer feel like burdens, but rather like gifts, each one holding a lesson waiting to be discovered. The key is in how you approach them. Do you see challenges as a threat, or do you see them as an opportunity for growth? When you start to view obstacles through the lens of opportunity, you unlock the Stoic secrets of resilience and self-improvement. Just like a muscle, your character strengthens when you push it to its limits. So, instead of running from difficulties, run toward them, knowing that every time you do, you're making progress, even if it doesn't always feel like it in the moment. This idea is what the Stoics practiced daily. They embraced hardship not as something that happened to them, but as a tool for transformation. By approaching each difficulty with the mindset of an eager learner, you transform it into a powerful catalyst for your own development. So next time you face something tough, take a moment and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this challenge make me better? Because it's not the easy moments that define you. It's how you face the hard ones that truly reveal your strength. Embrace them, learn from them, and remember, growth never comes from avoiding life's difficulties. It comes from meeting them head-on and rising above them. So what's the challenge in your life right now that you can turn into a stepping stone? Think about it. You might be closer to growth than you realize. Congratulations on making it halfway through this video. Your commitment to becoming the best version of yourself is truly admirable, and I want to applaud you for that. Now I humbly ask for your help. Leaving a comment means a lot and really supports the growth of the channel. If you're not sure what to comment, just write, "Turn challenges into opportunities for growth." So I know you made it this far. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep receiving more valuable content and learn how to apply Stoic principles in your life. Number 9. Resilience failure. It's something we all try to avoid, isn't it? But here's the truth. Failure is an inevitable part of life. No one gets through a journey without stumbling. The real question is, how do you respond when failure strikes? Do you let it crush you, or do you use it as fuel to rise again? Resilience, the ability to bounce back after setbacks, is one of the most powerful qualities you can cultivate. It's not just about enduring failure, but learning from it and moving forward with renewed purpose. In Stoicism, we are taught that failure is not a defeat, but a stepping stone, a lesson wrapped in struggle. You see, every time you fail, you have a choice. You can either let it break you, or you can let it teach you. That's the essence of resilience. Thomas Edison's story is a perfect example. He failed thousands of times while trying to invent the light bulb, yet each failure was one step closer to success. Edison didn't view his failures as an end, He saw them as essential pieces of the puzzle. He was resilient, and that resilience led him to one of the greatest inventions in history. Now ask yourself, if Edison had given up after his first or 100th or 1,000th failure, where would we be today? Would the light bulb even exist? Failure is not the thing that stops us. It's how we choose to respond to it that defines us. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, remind us that our character is revealed not by our successes, but by our responses to setbacks. He once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This is a fundamental lesson of modern Stoicism. Obstacles are not barriers. They are opportunities in disguise. Resilience isn't just about surviving failure. It's about using failure as a springboard for growth. It's about adjusting your approach, learning from your mistakes, and continuing forward with even greater determination. Every setback offers a chance to learn something new about yourself, your methods, and your goals. It's a reminder that nothing worth achieving comes without challenge. So when you fail, and you will, because we all do, don't let it be the end of the road. Let it be the beginning of a new chapter in your story, one where you take the lessons learned and apply them to your next step forward. The key here is consistency. If you allow every failure to stop you, you'll never get anywhere. But if you continue taking action, even when it feels difficult, you'll find that resilience builds within you. You start seeing failure not as something to fear, but as something to embrace. It's an opportunity to grow, a chance to show yourself what you're truly made of. How will you respond when the next setback comes your way? Will you let it define you, or will you use it to grow stronger? Remember, resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about becoming better, wiser, and more determined with every challenge you face. So, the next time life knocks you down, don't look at it as the end. Instead, look at it as a chance to learn, to adjust, and to keep going with renewed strength. That's the true power of resilience. Number 10. Power of consistency in the quest for success. Consistency is the silent engine behind success, and it's often the factor that separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't. Talent or luck may create the illusion of success from time to time, but it's consistency that transforms occasional triumphs into lasting, meaningful achievements. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity, and it's through consistent effort that we prepare ourselves for the opportunities that come our way." The truth is, true success is not built on moments of inspiration or sudden bursts of energy. It's crafted from the steady, everyday actions that accumulate over time. Consider someone who aspires to write a book. If they dedicate just 30 minutes every day to writing, their progress might seem slow in the beginning. But over the course of weeks, months, and years, those 30-minute sessions add up. Eventually, the manuscript is complete, not because of a sudden moment of brilliance, but because of the consistent, deliberate actions taken each day. This principle applies not only to writing, but to any area of your life. Whether it's improving your fitness, advancing in your career, or building better relationships, it's the small, consistent steps that move the needle forward. Through consistent action, we also build trust in ourselves. When we commit to something and show up every day, even when we don't feel like it, we reinforce our ability to follow through on our promises. Over time, these small actions become automatic. They form habits that not only drive us toward success, but also strengthen our character. The Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reflects on the importance of doing your duty, regardless of how you feel in the moment. He teaches that success and virtue come not in a moment of inspiration, but through consistent, disciplined action over time. This is where the Stoic secrets lie. It's in the daily effort, the commitment to what you've set out to do, even when the rewards aren't immediate. Consistency helps you overcome excuses and pushes you forward, even in the face of doubt or fatigue. In modern life, we often hear the call for instant gratification, whether it's fast food, binge-watching shows, or instant likes on social media. But lasting success requires a different mindset. It's about showing up every day, doing the work and trusting that each small action is contributing to something greater. It's not about perfection or getting everything right on the first try, but about maintaining the discipline to keep moving forward, one step at a time. By embracing the power of consistency, you'll notice that the journey itself becomes rewarding, not just the destination. As you build momentum and reinforce your commitment to your goals, you'll find that success is not an event, but a process, one that you shape through the consistent actions you take. And this is the Stoic secret that will carry you through. Discipline, persistence, and steady progress, even when the rewards seem distant. In conclusion, forcing yourself to take action may not always be easy, but with persistence and effort, you'll start to see positive changes in your life. Each lesson we've explored provides a powerful tool to help you grow and move toward success. Don't let procrastination or fear hold you back. Keep taking action and moving forward. 5 additional strategies to enhance action and stay motivated. To stay motivated and make sure you stay on track, there are a few additional strategies that can boost your action and keep your motivation strong. In this section, we'll explore 5 more strategies that will not only help you get started, but also keep your motivation going over the long term. Let's explore some more effective ways to stay determined and keep making progress. Number 1. Create a supportive environment. Creating a supportive environment is one of the most powerful strategies for ensuring consistent action and maintaining motivation. Our surroundings, both physical and social, have a profound effect on our mindset and behavior. Think of your environment as the soil in which your actions and goals are planted. If the soil is rich and nurturing, you are more likely to grow. A positive, supportive environment makes it easier to stay focused, energized, and driven. But if your environment is negative, chaotic, or distracting, it can drain your energy and make it difficult to stay on course. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." In the same way, a well-crafted environment can help polish your habits and refine your actions. One of the first steps toward creating this supportive space is to surround yourself with people who align with your values and support your ambitions. The people you spend time with influence your thoughts, attitudes, and the way you perceive challenges. If you want to adopt a healthier lifestyle, for example, joining a fitness group or partnering with a workout buddy who shares your commitment can provide the motivation and accountability you need. Similarly, engaging with friends, colleagues, or mentors who inspire you and push you to be your best can create a positive feedback loop that continuously reinforces your resolve. In today's fast-paced world where distractions are constant, it's crucial to also curate your physical space. An organized, clutter-free environment not only helps you stay productive, but also allows your mind to focus on what truly matters. When your physical space is clean and free of distractions, it becomes much easier to dive into work without being derailed by unnecessary obstacles. Remove the digital distractions, mute notifications, organize your digital files, and limit social media scrolling, so you can dedicate your attention to tasks that move you toward your goals. As modern Stoicism teaches, control what you can and accept what you cannot. You can control your environment, so make it a place that fosters your best self. Whether it's in the people you choose to surround yourself with, or the space you create for your work and personal life, intentionally shaping your environment will help you stay aligned with your ambitions and keep you moving steadily toward your goals. This intentional cultivation of a positive environment is not just about making things easier. It's about creating the conditions that allow you to take consistent, meaningful action toward success. Number 2, set small, achievable goals. There's a powerful Stoic secret to accomplishing anything you set your mind to, and it's simpler than you might think. Start small. Too often, We find ourselves facing enormous goals that feel impossible, and it's easy to become paralyzed by their magnitude. When a task seems too large, we often put it off, thinking it's too overwhelming to even begin. But what if I told you that the key to success lies in breaking those massive goals down into bite-sized, achievable steps? This is where the Stoic secret of setting small, attainable goals comes into play. When you aim for smaller, incremental targets, not only do they seem less intimidating, but each victory builds momentum and strengthens your belief in what's possible. Let's take an example. Imagine you've set your sights on running a marathon. The thought of running 26 miles may feel insurmountable, but here's where you can turn the overwhelming into the doable. Start with a goal of running just 1 mile a day. Sure, it's not the marathon distance, but it's a clear and manageable goal. As you meet that goal day after day, your confidence grows, and before you know it, you're running longer distances with ease. By consistently hitting these small milestones, you'll gradually build toward your larger, more ambitious target. This is the heart of progress, the power of incremental steps. And it's not just about running marathons. This approach applies to every big goal in life, whether it's launching a business, learning a new language, or transforming your health. The trick is to focus on what you can control in the present moment. So often, we become distracted by the end result, but it's the smaller everyday actions that truly move the needle. What if I told you that by setting these small, attainable goals, you'll not only make steady progress but also boost your motivation? Every time you achieve one of those little wins, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment. That's the beauty of setting small goals. They create opportunities for you to celebrate progress, reinforcing your commitment and pushing you forward. When you consistently check off these goals, it's not just about accomplishing a task, it's about reinforcing your sense of agency and ability to succeed. In fact, these small goals are a form of success in and of themselves. They shift your focus from the overwhelming big picture to the manageable here and now. And when you look back over time, you'll realize that each small step added up to something monumental. One step leads to the next, and before long, you're closer to your larger goal than you ever imagined. This practice is one of the Stoic secrets, focusing on what you can control and letting go of the rest. You may not be able to control the entire journey, but you can control your next step. It's about taking consistent action and building your path to success, one manageable goal at a time. What could you accomplish today if you broke your big goals into small, actionable steps? What if, instead of focusing on the entire mountain, you just took the next step in front of you? The journey may still be long, but you'll find that each small success brings you closer to your ultimate aspiration. The Stoic philosophy reminds us that the road to success isn't about waiting for everything to fall into place. It's about taking action, step by step. So, take that first step today. Set a small goal, make it achievable, and watch as your confidence and progress grow. Each small victory is a testament to your ability to keep moving forward, and that's how you eventually reach your greatest ambitions. Number 3, build daily action habits. You know, I want you to think about something for a moment. What if you didn't have to rely on motivation to get things done? What if, instead of waiting for the perfect moment or hoping for a burst of inspiration, you could make progress every single day, effortlessly? That's the power of building daily action habits. It's one of the most transformative practices you can adopt if you want to keep moving toward your goals. Even when motivation feels distant or fleeting, the truth is, habits shape our lives. They define who we are and what we achieve. By making action a part of your daily routine, you can ensure that progress becomes automatic, no longer requiring that constant battle of willpower to get started. Picture this. If you want to improve your writing, instead of waiting for the perfect day to write a 5,000-word masterpiece, you commit to writing just 10 minutes a day. At first, it may feel insignificant, just a small effort. But over time, those small actions stack up. And one day, you'll realize you've made incredible progress, simply because you showed up consistently. This is where modern Stoicism comes into play. The Stoics believed in creating a life of discipline, a life built on small, consistent actions that ultimately lead to greatness. And this is something you can apply today. Think about it. If we make something a non-negotiable part of our day, just like brushing our teeth or eating meals, then making progress toward our dreams should be treated with the same level of commitment. Why not? It's simple, but so powerful. By integrating habits into our day-to-day lives, we don't need to waste energy on decisions or willpower. It's automatic. And the beauty of it is that once you establish a routine, there's less room for distractions. You can focus on what matters. You can keep your eyes on your goals, even when distractions come knocking at your door. But here's something I want you to ask yourself. How many times have you let yourself off the hook because you didn't feel like doing something? How many times have you delayed progress because you weren't motivated enough? Well, let me remind you of something important. Motivation comes and goes. It's unpredictable, unreliable. But discipline, routine, and consistency, those are the keys to progress, especially when motivation is low. There's a Stoic idea called memento mori, which means remember that you must die. It's a reminder that life is finite, that every day is a gift, and it pushes us to act now. So, if you want to see real change, start building those daily habits that push you toward your goals, no matter how small the action seems. It's not about being perfect or having some grand moment of motivation. It's about showing up, doing the work, and making progress one small action at a time. That's the foundation of long-term success. So, what are you going to do today? What small habit will you commit to? It doesn't have to be huge, but it has to be consistent. Remember, over time, the small things add up to something extraordinary. What's one small step you can take today that'll move you closer to your goal tomorrow? Think about it. It's the power of daily action habits, and it's something you can start right now. The Stoics knew that lasting success doesn't come from bursts of brilliance or dramatic efforts. It comes from the quiet, consistent discipline of doing what matters day after day. So take action, create that routine, and let that routine carry you through even when your motivation wanes. As you start building daily action habits to move closer to your goals, don't wait for motivation or a burst of inspiration. Make small actions a non-negotiable part of your day, just like brushing your teeth or eating meals. Share your commitment with our community to keep moving forward every day. Comment, "I commit to daily action," to show you're taking the first step on your journey to progress, even if those steps are small. Number 4. Use tools and systems to track progress. To make meaningful progress in any area of our lives, one of the most effective strategies is tracking our progress. It's a simple, yet powerful method that helps us stay motivated, focused, and accountable. Without a way to measure progress, it's easy to lose sight of where we are and where we need to go. Whether using apps, journals, or spreadsheets, tracking tools help us visualize our journey, measure progress, and stay on course. These tools aren't just a luxury. They're essential for anyone committed to tangible growth. Tracking progress keeps you motivated because it reveals how far you've come. For example, a fitness tracker allows you to monitor your daily steps, workouts, and physical progress. Seeing tangible proof of your efforts creates a loop of motivation, encouraging you to keep going. Additionally, tracking provides clarity on whether you're on track or need to make adjustments. Sometimes we may feel stuck, but when we track our actions, we often realize we've made more progress than we thought, even in small steps. Systems also help break down overwhelming goals into manageable tasks. For example, if your goal is to read 20 books in a year, it may feel daunting. But breaking it down to one chapter per day makes the task more achievable. Tracking those small steps provides a sense of accomplishment, which motivates you to continue. By seeing progress each day, no matter how small, you build momentum, which leads to greater success. This approach encourages consistency and discipline, as the visible results push you to keep working toward your goal. The Stoics valued discipline and deliberate practice, believing that obstacles are opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." In the same way, challenges in tracking progress are part of the journey, allowing us to improve further. Sticking to your tracking system turns every challenge into a chance to grow. Tracking also creates accountability. When you write things down, you commit to yourself and hold yourself accountable. Studies show that when we track our goals, we are more likely to follow through. The act of documenting progress keeps us consistent and motivated, preventing us from neglecting our goals. By taking responsibility for your progress, you develop the discipline needed to continue moving forward. Even on tough days, the structure you create with a tracking system helps you stay on course and builds habits that support long-term success. In today's world, where distractions abound, tracking is more important than ever. Whether pursuing a career goal, learning a new skill, or improving your health, tracking provides the clarity, accountability, and structure needed to stay focused. If you've ever felt frustrated by a lack of results, I encourage you to start using a tracking system today. Start small. Use a journal or app to track your daily actions, and watch how those small steps lead to significant achievements. Tracking not only provides feedback but also reminds you of your initial motivation. Stay focused, adjust your methods when necessary, and let feedback guide your actions. Over time, the consistency you build through tracking will make your journey smoother and reveal how much progress you've made. Number 5. Learn from failure and adjust. Failure is something we all encounter, no matter how experienced or prepared we are. The truth is, failure is an inevitable part of any journey, and learning to embrace it is essential for our growth and ultimate success. Rather than seeing failure as something to avoid or fear, we should view it as a valuable opportunity to learn and improve. Every failure offers us unique insights. Understanding what didn't work can guide us on how to do better next time. The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, believed that we should not fear failure. Instead, we should accept it as a natural part of life's process. Take, for example, an entrepreneur whose first business fails. While this may feel discouraging at first, they gain a wealth of knowledge in the process about the market, their business model, and what strategies need adjustment. Instead of giving up, they adjust and refine their approach, learning from each setback. In modern Stoicism, this idea is central. Resilience isn't about avoiding failure, but learning to bounce back from it. Each failure teaches us a lesson, offering us the opportunity to refine our methods so we're better prepared for the future. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, famously said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This reflects the essence of failure. What matters isn't the failure itself, but what we do with the time we have after it. Do we let failure stop us, or do we use it to propel ourselves forward? In the face of failure, many people get discouraged, and that's where the power of resilience lies. We might think of failure as the end of the road, but it's actually just another step along the way. Each time we fail, we grow stronger and more capable. We learn from our mistakes and become more skilled at handling similar challenges in the future. Modern Stoicism teaches us to see failure as a chance to develop mental toughness and perseverance, qualities that are indispensable on the path to success. It's easy to fall into the trap of fearing mistakes, which can lead to procrastination and inaction. But when we shift our perspective and embrace failure as part of the learning process, we overcome that fear. The Stoic principle of amor fati, or love of fate, is a powerful tool in this regard. It reminds us that everything we experience, including our failures, contributes to our growth. By accepting each part of our journey, whether it's smooth or rocky, we become more resilient and better prepared to handle whatever challenges come our way. As we adjust to the lessons failure offers, we develop the resilience, confidence, and sense of purpose that are crucial for achieving long-term success. It's not the failure itself that defines us, it's how we choose to respond. The most successful individuals are often those who fail the most, because they refuse to let those failures define them. Instead, they adjust, learn, and keep moving forward. So when you face setbacks, whether in your career, relationships, or personal goals, don't let failure dictate your future. Use it as a stepping stone to greater achievement. As the Stoics taught, our mindset and response to failure are within our control. By embracing failure and learning from it, we not only build the mental fortitude to succeed, but also develop a stronger connection to our own potential. By choosing to view failure as a tool for progress rather than an obstacle, you build a foundation of resilience and persistence that will serve you on the path to your goals. To wrap up, taking action is essential if we want to grow and achieve success in life. By applying the Stoic mindset, we learn to face challenges with resilience and discipline, understanding that progress comes through consistent effort, not waiting for the right moment. Whether it's overcoming procrastination or building stronger habits, the Stoic secrets to personal growth lie in making deliberate choices and showing up each day, regardless of external circumstances. Modern Stoicism offers us the tools to take control of our actions, master our will, and shape the future we desire. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more insights on how to live with purpose and clarity. Also, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Keep taking action, and remember, the power to change is always within you.